Welcome back to Oakhill. I'm just waiting for George to bring the slurry tanker down so we can crack on with getting this field finished with the spreading. It's the next morning, so we've got a bit more slurry to spread. I stopped giving the cows straw for now because I had thought that we produce slurry a lot quicker so it would go a lot further, but at the moment we're just burning through the tanks of slurry instead. I'm getting 2 roads across the field before the tank is empty. That's just stupid. At this point I've added in the variable spray rate mod so we use slightly less slurry. I think I've reduced the slurry usage by about 25 or 30%, something like that. So that's this field done, and we've actually got some slurry left. I'm going to leave the tank there as we have the soybean field next to us waiting to be harvested still. So the next job for that field is to roll it and cultivate it. That will finish the fertilization, I think. But before we do that, we're going to head down to the animal dealer because we have a load of cows to sell. The same as the last video, we have 16 cows to sell. So we should, particularly with the money from the contracting we did at the end of the last video, we can afford to buy a full trailer load. So we're going to get an extra 9 cows. In total, that gets us up to 213 cows. My goal was to get so that we could sell a full load every day, which is going to be over 500 cows, which obviously wouldn't fit in the yard. But we're not going to get that far anyway, I don't think. So I'd forgotten the roller was still on the back of the... I've forgotten the number of the tractor. Oh well, anyway, the important point here is that where I was using the variable spray rate mod, it broke the roller. The roller acts as solid fertilizer and has a litre of solid fertilizer in it. The variable spray rate for some reason emptied that, and so it wouldn't work. So we've taken variable spray rate off and we're going to run without it, I think. Or we may put it back in for doing slurry spreading and then have to take it out again and fix the roller. Anyway, the roller's running on course plate and we are running along with it with the cultivator. I feel like we're really getting a head start on all the field work this year. It's only the first day of autumn and we've got a bunch of fields cultivated and fertilised, ready to be planted. I do like having many tractors working at once. It brings the farm to life slightly, I find. I'm on the headlands now. George is up on field 55 doing the last layer of fertiliser with the roller on that. Totally screwed up this corner. You'll see it on the next time I go around the headland, getting ahead of myself there. As you all know, I normally do headlands first, but I'm trying to do it slightly more realistically. So with cultivating, leaving the headlands till last, so we've got a nice freshly cultivated seed bed to plant into. And it totally screwed this corner up. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? Damn it, George. Watch out for the tree. That boy loves trees. Anyway, that's this field finished with the cultivating. We'll get this back up to the yard and put away. And I'm now going to take the root crop harvester up to the store because we need a different header for the carrots. I'm expecting those to be ready in a day or two, so that we can crack on as soon as they're ready. We'll get the header now. Under £3,000 when we buy it used. Obviously we'll need to repair it so it runs properly. And we've also brought the trailer up to the store to buy the seed that we need for the next round of planting and some solid fertilizer. So we've got spelt, sugar beet and maize seeds that we've brought. And the spelt can actually be planted pretty much straight away. These forks suck. You can probably tell or it may not show up very well, I'm disconnecting the forks very briefly to get them to unstick from the pallet. A little trick that does help sometimes. Whereas these Hydromet forks are pretty awesome. They go into the pallet well and they let go of the pallet really well. And the cool thing about the realistic seed mod and their pallets is most of them will fill up from each other. So if you have an empty pallet on the bottom, it will fill itself up from the one on the top. Getting the fertilizer off as we're going to keep the spelt seeds out and load up the Vadestad and get to work. So we'll just drop the trailer off and go grab the seeder. First day of autumn and getting crops in the ground. Sticking jewels on this time to see if it helps. I just went for rear jewels because the front jewels just looked huge. Someone might have driven over the front weight. I think it was George. Definitely George. So we're just in the first day of the planting window, I think it was, and the soil temp is really good. We're having quite a warm year this year on the farm. And although this is a direct drill, I quite like to separately cultivate the field as it lets me get all the fertilization done. I guess if you're using a direct drill that fertilizes as well, you probably don't need to do this step. I'm not sure how that would interact with having done the rolling, which counts as solid fertilizer. You may not get it unless you use liquid fertilizer. Quite nice that we've got a 6-meter seeder and a 6-meter planter on here. It should get through the field fairly quickly. The jewels have really helped as well. Obviously we still have a power issue, but we've been a lot more stable with a lot less sliding around like we had last year when we were doing the seeding. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment. They all help with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not already, think about subscribing and turning on notifications. I do videos pretty much every day, bar the odd day off occasionally, not very often. Also got a Discord, so maybe check that out as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.